My name is Jalen. I'm a junior at Savannah Arts Academy, a film major, and I have a big dream of one day becoming a special needs child therapist and hopefully owning my own practice. Today, we'll be peeking into Jalen's world, and the topic today will be why she chose the anatomy class and what goals she has for this class. So, anatomy class. Oops. Anatomy class to me is the foundation of my dream. That sounds like a very overdramatic thing to say, but it honestly is the truth. Without anatomy, I really feel as though I'll never really be able to understand my profession completely. Bless me. I'll never be fully able to explain the why, which is a big part in my life. I've always been the type of person to ask why. I've never been able to just agree with anything, never been able to just go along with anything, which maybe is why I don't really follow a specific religion, because I always have questions, and that's not what a religion is for. It's for you to believe and to follow along, and I've just never been that type of person. That's what I want to pass on to these kids. I want them to understand that just because they have this disability, they don't have to just accept the not knowing factor of it, the not understanding factor of it, the not being as normal as everybody else. And I want them to understand why they shouldn't accept that, why they have to go through these treatments, why these things are happening to them, because I know that these kids have those questions. No one wakes up with autism or schizophrenia or bipolar disorder or split personality disorder or anything and just don't care to ask, why me? Why did this happen? What caused this? And how am I going to fix it? All of those questions are going to be answered by me, I hope. And I hope that with this anatomy class, I'll use the information of what I know about the brain, what I know about the bones, the ligaments, the tendons, the neurons, all of that, to actually answer their questions with correct information, not Google information, not anything that could be corrected. I want me to be their one call, their one shot to all the information they will need about themselves. And I know that this anatomy class is definitely going to at least start that and start me onto a road where there is no really turning back, because it's just I'm getting more and more intrigued in this profession. I have been so intrigued and addicted to this profession that it's crazy, because most kids, especially me, I was never sure about what I was going to do with my life. I was always like, I kind of want to do this, but I kind of want to do something else. But when I figured out I wanted to actually help children, because one day I wanted to be a teacher. Like, I just knew that it really had to be something with children. And when I thought about this and figured out that this was actually a profession, because not many people talk about this, I knew that this was something I wanted to do. After taking a psychology class and a sociology class and seeing just how deep our mind really goes and what happens in our mind, I knew that this was my calling. And I did my research, and anatomy was one of the classes that would look great on my college resume, especially applying to minor in psychology and major in sociology. I just knew that it would just make me one of those top choices. So, like I said before, this is just the foundation to my dream, to getting me to achieving everything that I've ever hoped and everything that I've ever believed in. I honestly, hopefully, have high hopes. I honestly have high hopes that this class will open my mind to things that I never thought about. Like, even though I always ask why, there's still some questions that I haven't asked, because sometimes I am too busy on focusing on the why and not the what, when, or where. Like, I feel like anatomy definitely is going to open my eyes to a whole new world, to a whole new understanding of the body and itself and the things that it goes through, and a whole different appreciation for my body and everybody else's. It'll also cause me to be self-diagnosing a couple of things, but we don't have to talk about that. So, I guess in conclusion, I hope that Mr. Williams, my teacher, is extremely excited for all of the questions I'm going to have, for all of the late night emails that you're going to get from the textbook readings of me not understanding a certain part of the textbook and trying to get a deeper understanding of what this really meant, and the extra explaining that you're going to have to do after explaining it to us. You're going to have to explain just a little bit more because I'm going to be asking why. But I hope you don't take it as a nuisance or an annoyance, and more of a just an appreciation for what you do and a respect for what you do, and honestly trying to get my time's worth out of this class. So I hope that you are looking forward to this year with me as much as I am looking forward to this year with you. And let's have a good and fun virtual year. Thank you, Mr. Williams.